What's scaring me about this modern day Warriors is that it's reminding me of the 2022 NBA championship run that they had. Now, why is that alarming me? Mainly because I'm a Sacramento Kings fan, okay? And we're in the same conference. And also, I'm a LeBron fan. And another Steph Curry ring might threaten his legacy amongst his peers. Now, what I want to talk about today is how the Warriors are continuing to flourish like this. 2022, we thought that was it. We said, okay, they got their ring, that's it, no more. 2024, one of the best teams in the league. Top 5 defensively and offensively per statistics. Without Klay Thompson, you add Buddy Hield, who's not even a defensive presence, but yet you're able to hide him on defense and make him play up to a level that we haven't seen Buddy Hield play consistently. Usually it's been a trend of, mind you, I'm a Buddy Hield, I wouldn't say a fan. I was a part of the Buddy Hield experience in Sacramento, okay? And that experience was, he hoops. Man, he might go 0 for 10. Damn, he might go 0 for 30. Oh, man, 10, 30, 50 turnovers. And then one every like 6 or 7 games, you like, that's why we got Buddy Hield. But the Warriors found out a way for Buddy Hield to shoot consistently and be consistent. It's the offense that they run, I think, that has helped him predominantly be more efficient. Coming off the bench, by the way, he's shooting 50% from the field, 47% from 3 in 11 games, 85% from the free throw line. That's 50-47, 85. Not quite 54-90, but it's 50-50 almost in 85. Now, one thing I'll talk about, though, before we get into the vocal potatoes of Steph Curry, of course, because, my gosh, that man is phenomenal. I want to talk about this guy right here. I saw a tweet earlier today. It says, Draymond Green having won Defensive Player of the Year is criminal. Legitimately one of the greatest defenders the game has ever seen. As a Sacramento Kings fan, I couldn't agree more. I went on a whim and said this before the season started, before even last season started. I said, I would love Draymond Green on the Sacramento Kings. Say what you want. Yeah, he might have A-Town stomped our guy. I don't give a damn. We need that on our team right now. Looking back on it, everything I said about Draymond is factual. He would give the Sacramento Kings grit like he does the Golden State Warriors. Now, you have to live with a few of his decisions here and there on the court in terms of technical fouls and things of that nature, but it comes with it. 4 rings comes with that. Without that, Steph and Klay don't got, at least, they don't got 4 rings. You know, who knows? They might get 1, but you don't get 4 without Draymond. You don't get 4 without Steph and Klay. You don't get 4 without the big 3. You dig what I'm saying? But Draymond Green having 1 Defensive Player of the Year and Rudy Gobert having 2 to 3. What Rudy Gobert got, I think, 3? No discredit to Rudy Gobert. The greatest, if not, or one of the greatest, if not the greatest rim protector we've seen in our lifetime. But if we're talking about the award of Defensive Player of the Year and what that means, we're talking about the Michael Jordans of the world, the Scottie Pippens type-esque, the Gary Paytons, the people that actually sit down and guard, the Drew Holidays. Like, those are the guys I look at and say, prime Bron guarding Tony Parker in the finals, you know what I'm saying, 1 through 5. These are the guys I look at and say, Defensive Player of the Year. I watch Draymond Green play. He should have at least 4 Defensive Players of the Year. And he's not going to wow you with his athleticism. He's not going to wow you with the, oh my gosh, he's a great rim protector. But he's such timely in blowing up offenses defensively. It's freaking astronomical. It's muse. It is art. If you watch Draymond Green play, I challenge you guys to do this. Next game you watch Draymond Green play, or the Warriors play, watch Draymond Green on defense. Watch him off the ball. Watch how he directs the defense to blow up every single play that's about to happen. It goes beyond the sliding of feet, one-on-one basketball. He's playing the mind game. He's playing chess as the anchor of the defense. It's like a quarterback. It's like Pat Mahomes dissecting the defense, right? But instead, Draymond's on defense dissecting the offense. It's freaking phenomenal, bro. It's phenomenal. The amount of plays he blows up that doesn't go into the stat sheet, the amount of chess moves you have to have ready to go against a guy like Draymond, who knows the game in and out defensively. It's second to none, and it doesn't go on the stat sheet. That's the part that hurts. He's not getting 3 to 4 blocks a game, but blow up wise, he's blowing up plays before they happen. That doesn't go on the stat sheet. I think that should account to defensive players of the year, like in terms of the ability to dominate without the ball. Draymond Green is that. Now, when I want to talk about this moving forward is. Do we remember when this was said about Steph Curry before he won his 4th ring? I want to go ahead and jog your memory a little bit.
He's a 3-time champion, 5 straight trips to the.
First of all, it says Stephen A. Smith makes a case for Steph Curry as the top 10 player of all time. The dude is ridiculous. Okay, this is before he won his 4th ring, by the way. That Warriors team looks like the Warriors team now. Are you catching? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, 2 things. I do think Steph Curry is top 10 all time, especially after the performance he had last night against the Dallas Mavericks. But that's just one performance. There's just no way you can have a top 10 without Steph Curry on it all time, in my opinion. But let's hear Stephen A. jog our memory a little bit as to why he should be a top 10 player of all time.
Finals,
yes.
All right, a 2-time league MVP, and oh, by the way, the greatest shooter God has ever created. It ain't his fault he ain't 7'1", and
I agree.
when Wilt was playing, he was damn near a foot taller than everybody he was going against. So how do you factor that in? Steph Curry is 6'3", you got bigger, stronger, faster dudes guarding him all the time, and there's nothing they can do about it.
And by the way, has a
dude
top
is
2
ridiculous.
handle in the league.
That's right.
A top 2 handle in the league.
Listen. Steph,
Behind
do you
Kai.
understand the greatness of Steph Curry from this perspective? Do you understand, Molly? And I know Jay gets this. Steph Curry is a threat the moment he steps past half court.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. If you're a defense, you almost can't do zone. You almost have to extend yourself and go out and guard him, which opens up the floor for everybody else. Because this brother can pull up from 40. 40! He does it all the time.
I think that's enough. I think our memories jogged. If you guys can catch the drift I'm trying to put out there. I have him top 10 all the time. This is the part I want to talk about, though, more importantly. When he won the ring in 2022, it was a statement year, right? Got his first Finals MVP, beat the Celtics after being a less than 20% odds of winning the championship, which was bogus to me. I was like, they think the Celtics are that much better than the Warriors, the way the Warriors play basketball. Ridiculous. 2024 season to 2025. What scares me about Steph is this. He's not slowing down. The offense has gotten better. The defense has gotten better. You surrounded him with a team that he can actually flourish with. Kind of like that 2022 roster, right? You replace Clay with Buddy, a younger guy. You then still keep Draymond. You got Trace Davis coming alive. You got Kevon Looney off the bench. You got Wiggins, who low-key is just filling up space right now. I don't know what's going on with Andrew Wiggins. He's not playing like Andrew Wiggins, the all-star from 2022. I'll tell you that much. You got Jonathan Kuminga come off the bench. Jonathan Kuminga's like he's a missile, ready to launch. You don't know when it's gonna happen, but something always happens, good or bad, with him. But he gives that energy. You have Gary Payton Jr. coming off the bench defensively. You got DeAnthony Melton in the starting lineup. You got Brandon Podziemski off the bench. You got you going 12 deep. Now, I know you can't sustain that for a whole season. I know you would love to, but come playoff time, that 12 is going to shrink to like 8 or 9. Okay? Because you just can't play 12 guys, especially at the expense of Steph Curry. Steph Curry's going to have to play about 35 to win another ring. I tell you that right now. So if they can get that down later on in the season. But also this. If you look at how the Warriors run their offense, right? I can't really show the clips right now because they're copyrighted, but they haven't really changed anything. But there's been way more continuity with quote-unquote less chemistry. You add guys like Buddy Hield, you add DeAnthony Melton, you then add Kyle Anderson, which everybody's like, oh, you want to add Kyle Anderson? Ain't gonna make no day. Yeah, damn right he will. Can you imagine a slower Draymond right? Offensively, in terms of the chin position where he's handing off the ball in the DHO position, right? And someone that can also dribble the rock, get downhill, and get to their bag. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you talking about you bringing that off the bench? You can possibly damn near start him in games per matchups. And you give Steph Curry that. You give him the best of both worlds where I can play with Draymond and I got Kyle Anderson now on a pick and roll, pick and pop who can low-key shoot the ball. I mean, Mike Dunleavy. Chef's kiss, my brother. Chef's mother effing kiss, my brother. You have general managed the heck out of this Warriors roster because we thought it was over. And lastly, let's go ahead and go on talk about my boy Buddy Hield one more time. And LeBron and AD talking about they need another star. Meanwhile, Steph and them 9-2, and his second leading scorer is Buddy Hield off the bench. Second leading scorer off the bench is Buddy Hield. No excuse for Bron and AD. No excuse for Bron and AD. I will say this, though. I don't think Bron and AD, their team, can run the same type of system that the Golden State Warriors can run. Golden State Warriors get guys to run the system. That's one team where they get guys that will fit in the system. And if you don't fit in the system, you're gone. Right? We saw it with D'Angelo Russell. If you don't fit in the system, you gotta go. Okay? But there hasn't been many guys that go there and can't fit in the system. Kevin Durant fit perfectly. Andrew Wiggins came in and fit perfectly. Jordan Poole, my gosh, fit perfectly. DeAnthony Melton, Kyle Anderson, Trace Davis. All these dudes fit. Moses Moody. Who should be getting more minutes? I ain't gonna lie. We could take him on a second. King, tell you that much. Jonathan Kuminga. I mean, damn, it knocked my whole amp. But it just goes to say this: the Golden State Warriors, phenomenal organization from top to bottom. I don't know how they're doing it again, but they're doing it again. I mean, I do know how they're doing it again. I'm paraphrasing, of course. They're doing it again by establishing a good culture, offensively, defensively, playing for one another. They look in postseason form, 11 games in. That's scary. But also, I hope they don't peak early. But if this is what we're going to see for the rest of the season, the Boston Celtics are in for a treat. I think the Boston Celtics get back to the finals. They scrape their way back there. But I think per matchup, if the Warriors get good matchups, back to the finals. Yeah, I said it. Try beating this team currently in 7 games and let me know how it goes. The Warriors are back, baby. And I ain't no fan of the Warriors. I am a fan of good basketball. But I will say this. Make sure y'all like the damn beam, okay? And if Steph Curry come in Sacramento and give us 50 again in a game 7, I will literally lose my lid. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed today's video. I appreciate you guys watching. And to you Warriors fans, enjoy. Because the Sacramento Kings are fighting to stay alive. Sayonara. Peace.